All right, let's talk about one of the most critical skills for anyone working in AI, actually proving the value of what you build. We've put this together specifically to help you, the AI Business Value Apprentices, frame the return on investment for your final project. So, let's dive right in. So you've put in the work, weeks, maybe even months, figuring out a business problem, designing a solution, building out a prototype. You know it's a game changer. But then comes the final hurdle, and it's a big one. How do you translate all that amazing technical work into a business case that makes leaders sit up and pay attention? How do you actually do that? Well, the great news is the value is absolutely there for the taking. According to a Google Cloud report, a massive 88% of companies that jumped on AI early are already seeing a positive ROI. So it's not a question of if there's value. The value is real. The trick is knowing where to find it and, just as important, how to talk about it. And to help you do exactly that, here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll get a feel for the new AI conversation that's happening in business right now. Then, we'll get super practical and look at where to find that ROI. We'll connect that directly to building your business case, chat about getting leadership on your side, and then wrap it all up with a checklist for your final project. Okay, first things first, let's look at the big picture. You know, the whole conversation around AI in the business world has completely shifted. A year or so ago, it was all about, hey, let's experiment. Let's see what this thing can do. Now leaders are laser focused on one thing. How do we turn all that potential into real, measurable business value? And this quote from Christina Nidalescu at Bayer, man, it just nails the modern view of ROI. It's not just about how big the financial win is going to be way down the road. It's also about how fast your project can start delivering that value. Speed is just as important as size. And a big part of that speed is coming from something called the agentic shift. We've gone from AI that just helps you with a task to AI agents that can actually do the task for you on their own. And this isn't some far-off future thing. Look at this. Over half of the businesses already using generative AI have deployed these agents. This means the solution you're building for your final project, it's not just an academic exercise. It is right at the cutting edge of what companies are doing today. So, okay, we know the value's out there, but where exactly do you look for it in your own project? That's what this next section's all about. We're going to walk through the 5 most common areas where AI is delivering clear, measurable results right now. And here they are. Think of this as your menu of options. As we go through them, I want you to be thinking, which one of these does my project hit? Is it making our team work faster? Is it making our customers happier? Is it driving new sales? These are the pillars you're going to build your whole ROI story on. Let's start with the big one, productivity. A staggering 70% of executives say their AI tools have improved productivity. This is often the lowest hanging fruit, you know? It's the easiest ROI to prove. If your project automates some boring, repetitive task or helps your team find information in seconds instead of hours, you are tapping directly into this huge value driver. But it's not just about making things faster on the inside. AI is having a huge impact on the outside too. As you can see here, 63% of businesses are seeing a better customer experience and 56% are seeing faster business growth. And these are serious bottom line metrics, right? Better customer experience means people stick around longer. Faster growth means more revenue. Your project might even be hitting both of these. Okay, so we've got the big industry numbers. Now let's get down to business and make this super practical for you. This next part is all about connecting these proven ROI areas directly to the framework you're using for your final project assessment. This is where we connect all the dots. We're going to take these big ideas we've been talking about and map them right onto the specific business outcomes you've been learning to deliver. This is how you show you didn't just learn a skill, you know how to use it to make a real impact on the business. Hey, remember that 70% productivity number we just talked about? This is it. This is what it looks like in the language of your assessment. When you say you're optimizing and enhancing processes, you're not just throwing around a buzzword. You are directly tying your project to the #1 value driver for AI in the entire industry. You can literally say, my project optimizes this process, which contributes to the kind of productivity gains seen by 70% of leading companies. And what about those numbers for customer experience and business growth? Well, they are the raw ingredients for this outcome right here. Boosting ROI. When you prove your project could improve customer satisfaction by a certain amount or lead to a specific number of new sales, that's exactly how you show you have this capability. You're not just building an AI tool, you're building the business case for it. Now, having a brilliant business case is one thing, but a great idea with no one to listen to it, well, it doesn't go very far, does it? This brings us to a really critical step, getting buy-in from the people at the top. And the data here tells a really powerful story. I mean, a 71% positive ROI without a C-suite sponsor is still pretty good, right? But look what happens when you have that executive buy-in. It jumps all the way to 78%. That 7-point gap is huge. It means a much higher chance of success, way better resources, and a smoother road to getting your project launched. Executive sponsorship is like a supercharger for your project. And this quote from Ana Terra Oliveira really gets to the why. It's not just about getting a signature on a form, it's about education. When leaders truly get the what, the how, and the why of your project, they don't just approve it, they become its biggest champions. They're the ones who can find the budget and knock down walls to turn your prototype into a reality. All right, let's pull all of this together into a playbook you can actually use. We've taken this awesome checklist from the Google report and framed it specifically to help you structure your final presentation. Think of this as your step-by-step guide to building a business case that is simply impossible to ignore. Okay, let's walk through it. Step 1, start with the big wins. Go for the easy stuff to explain, like automating repetitive tasks for a super clear ROI. 2, use that clear win to build your bigger business case. 3, go find that executive champion we just talked about. 4 and 5 are the practical things, making sure your AI has the right access and there are rules for using it safely. 6 is about people, and hey, that's you. Your apprenticeship is the perfect example of this. And finally, 7, build trust. Keep a human in the loop and make sure your data is solid. Follow these steps and your final presentation will have some serious strategic weight. So I'll leave you with this one last thought. As you're putting your presentation together, try not to think of it as just the end of your course. If you frame it right with a powerful ROI story that's built on real data, this isn't just an assessment. It's your very first strategic proposal to the business, and it's the first of many to come. Good luck.